Hello and welcome to Community Crossroads. I'm Carolina Estrain. For this week's show, we tackle a tough topic, grief. And we hear from a grief group that meet under the Hospice of South Texas. And we're going to start off with Pastor Larry Green. He's a familiar face on our show. Welcome, yes. Pastor.
Well, thank you, thank you.
And we're joined by a member of the Good Grief group,
yes,
Ray Wagner.
Ray Wagner.
Ray Wagner. So nice to meet you, Ray.
Nice to be here.
And the topic of grief, it is very difficult, especially around the holidays. Talk to us about your experience, Ray, with this grief group and what it's given you. What has it given you? What has changed in your life since joining this group?
I have a new group of friends, and going to the grief sessions, you just feel so safe. And if you're having a difficult day or something triggers some memories that you may be shedding tears for, you've got a lot of support there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They understand what you're going through, and it's just a really feel-good place to be. Safe, very safe. Yeah.
What was it like when you first saw Ray walk into the group, Pastor?
Well, not only Ray, but for all of them, they were carrying the weight of their loss. And so what we try to do is ask them to introduce themselves and who it is that they lost. And that starts the whole conversation for all of us that are here and everything. And so it was a person who was hurting and a person who is healing now. Not healed, but healing.
Yes, it's an ongoing process, and I understand the topic of your grief, the focus of your grief has been your late husband.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we were married 29 years.
Wow.
29 wonderful years. And as Pastor has shared with us, you refocus the fact, not that he's gone, but that you had him for that many years, and we're not going to live on for that number of years without him. So we had him longer in my life than I'll be without him.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's very comforting.
That's a glass half full,
yes,
kind of mentality.
Yes, exactly.
So
yeah.
taking a topic, a loss that could trigger you into anyone into a downward spiral, just taking that, reframing it, and using it to help you.
Exactly. Yes.
And being part of this group, it's different than when you talk to your family and friends, right?
Yes, it is. It is. And there's days when I feel like, I don't know that I need to continue with the group. Maybe I can, maybe just try not attending anymore. But then I find myself, no, I do. I still need the group.
Yeah.
Wonderful women and men that have been a part of the group that I've enjoyed their company, and of course Pastor, and we have at least once a month we have him, he cooks for us. If it's not pancakes for breakfast was the last meal, but he'll make barbecue chicken, grilled sausage, and everybody brings a little potluck, and it's just great.
Yeah, breaking bread is powerful.
Yeah. It is.
It is powerful.
And it's not all tears. There's laughter. There's sharing and supportive of each other. It's just great. I just think anyone that is going through a difficult time of a lost one, loved lost, and whether it be a spouse or a friend or a parent, they would benefit from this group. Just try it once. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But at least try it.
Well, my mind is already on the food, so we're going to keep this conversation going as we meet more members of the Good Grief group.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Ray.
Oh, you're welcome.
And coming up, don't go anywhere. We hear from more of these members of this Good Grief group. We'll be right back. We're continuing the conversation with Hospice of South Texas and their Good Grief group. We're joined here by Pastor Larry Green, and we're meeting Brenda Flurkey. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you.
So it's springtime. Spring cleaning is on the top of most people's minds. I know it's on my to-do list. Where on the list I won't share, but it's an important time to kind of declutter, kind of take inventory of your life, and this can be difficult, especially if you're mourning the loss of a monumental person like a mother. And Brenda, you have some experience with this, and you've discussed it with the group.
Yes.
What are some tips you have for our viewers out there?
Well, my mom was 92 years old when she passed.
Wow.
Yes. And I was very blessed to have her in my life for 68 years.
68 years.
She was my Christian mentor, my best friend. And it's been real hard because I have 3 brothers, and she was kind of the rock that held us together.
Wow.
So now we have this 4,200 square foot house that is full, I'm telling you, full of stuff. And every wedding invitation, Christmas card, and she used to have a store. We used to have a store in near Taft. And it's a lot to go through. A lot to go through before we even have an estate sale. So
Yeah, it sounds like there's more items than just, you know, simply putting a few things in a curio or a shadow box. It's overwhelming.
You just don't know what to do with it. All the pictures, all the memories, and then it makes you kind of angry because you see things and you're thinking, where did this come from? Who made it? And you have no idea whether to keep it or toss it, and it's just it's a lot of decluttering that you have to do, and a lot of memories. Yeah.
And maybe some sudden spurts of guilt, delayed guilt, like I should have spent some time with Mom sorting these things out together.
I know, and
so I would know the stories.
We tried, but it just but yes, there's a lot of things I wish we had, and a lot of things that we are finding because there's my mom and dad lived in that house for years, and there's so many memories in there, and we have the Taft Museum. And so we're taking a lot of the stuff to the museum.
Oh, wow.
And they are so elated. They are just so excited.
That's a great idea.
Oh, yes. And so they have all these, my dad was a farmer, so we have all this stuff from harnesses to plows to everything that we're taking there. And then, of course, my dad was a Boy Scout leader, and we were in Girl Scouts, and cheerleading. I took my cheerleading uniforms and my megaphones, and I thought, what am I going to do with these? I don't want to just throw them away, and they've all found a perfect home.
Yeah.
So it has been
idea.
a very blessing.
Was that something that you kind of just stumbled upon, this opportunity? Or
yeah, we just started
to
talking, and then we just started talking about, what about the museum? I mean, we have this vintage typewriter. I taught keyboarding, I taught typing, and I thought, oh my gosh, the kids don't even know what it's like anymore. This is a real typewriter, and so it was my grandmother's, and so you just be surprised, and they just have welcomed us with open arms, just going, yes, more stuff.
I love this idea because it's not goodbye.
That's right. You're not trashing it.
That's
right.
Yes.
That's right.
And you can go visit.
Yes.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. Yep.
Yeah, it's so meaningful, and more than just a garage sale, but maybe, that's not a terrible option either.
Yes, right.
Somewhere to start, and wow, yeah, it's, I have a few friends who have been dealing with the loss of parents, selling the home,
Yes.
the furniture. It can be overwhelming.
I think that's going to be my next step, is that after the estate sale, and then after the sale of the home, the feeling of not having a home to go back to.
Right, like a origin story,
Right.
monumental point in your mind.
Right.
I have this fear as well. We still have our original
It's like, where do I go
home,
when I go home
right.
to visit or whatever? I've always had my little
could be
room.
the Taft Museum.
Yeah, yep.
Well, thank you, Brenda, for sharing your story, your journey, and I hope that it continues to go well for you on your journey through grief.
Come to the estate sale.
I'm tempted. I'm really tempted.
Oh, no.
Especially if she was a hat person. I like hats.
Oh, she liked it. Yes, she did. We have a ton of those too. Yep.
Well, thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We're going to hear more from the Good Grief Group of Hospice of South Texas. We'll be right back. We're continuing the conversation on grief with the Hospice of South Texas Good Grief Group. And we're now joined by Shanae Dilworth. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Pastor Green is here as
Hey.
well. So, Shanae, we're talking about grief, and you have found some ways to transform your grief into expression through the arts.
Yes.
Talk to us about your process.
The first thing I did was I started a vision board because I was lost and I needed something, affirmations, and I have a big belief in the Lord. So I took that and I put it down on a board of things that I wanted to do, things that I've done, people that I've loved,
Oh, wow.
and
You put a little
made
bit
it
of
in a
your-
board.
You put a little bit of your past in there too.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
And my future, where I want to go and what I want to do.
So it's really a portrait.
Exactly.
A portrait of you, past, present, and then of the future.
Yes.
Manifestation.
Hmm.
And how did that board work out from you from when you made it to where you are now?
Well, you know, I've made several.
Oh.
But the board really helped me. It gave me something, a sense of pride, number one, of belief. It gave me a chance to just sit down and think about me and where I want to go and the things that have brought me where I am today.
It gave you the space
Exactly.
to consider yourself.
Exactly.
Not all of us have that. Some of us are just on that wheel, right? That
Yeah.
hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to stop and think, what do I want?
Right. I actually wrote a poem called A Dash in Time. And basically it's from your sunrise to your sunset and what you do between that dash, during that dash. And whether you're going to help someone, be kind, loving, caring, because the goal is to get to heaven. But we have to do what we have to do to get there. And the only way we can do that is to help other people and to be not a mentor, not a guide, but someone there that, that can actually be there to help you express your feelings. And so that's my goal,
Yeah.
is to try to help someone get through this.
Get through their grief.
Their grief. We all have grief, whether it's from a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job, loss of, you know,
Right.
just different things.
Yeah.
Of course, the loss of a loved one hits so hard because they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they're not here, you know, to answer our questions. So we have to just dig deep and just continue to walk. And prayerfully, we can make it through it.
And what are some other art forms that you've explored?
Well, with the poem, we actually put it to music. So it turned out pretty good. I do a lot of talking to people. I think it's stamped on my forehead. I think it's stamped on my forehead, but that's a good thing because it allows me to help someone,
Yeah.
you know,
And-
just to sit down and listen.
And to express grief through song. Wow, that's so powerful.
Yes.
And she's brought this into the grief group, the vision board, the music, and everything.
And
As-
the poetry. Wow, Shanae.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your time and,
Thank you.
inspiration
Thank
that you've
you.
shared with others. And I hope you well, wish you well on your grief journey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Well, coming up, don't go anywhere. We hear more from the Good Grief Group. We'll be right back. We're continuing the conversation with the Good Grief Group from Hospice of South Texas. And we're joined now by Rose Curtis. She's here with Pastor Green. And we're going to talk about the loss of a spouse, but also how you can recover or work on recovering through your found family, not necessarily blood relatives, but people that you find in your community.
Right, being the tail end of a family. I had 5 brothers and sisters, and they're all gone. So I don't have family to support, and I only have 1 child, and he lives out of town. And so they're not there for me. So I have found a lot of comfort in the Good Grief group to help me get through the tough times. And when you don't know what to do or say, when you have something to say, they're always there to give you a recommendation.
Yeah, it's always good to have a found family, especially when you're kind of, you know, separated from a distance, at a distance from your relatives. And I understand that the love of your life, your late husband, was quite a cowboy.
He was a real cowboy. He broke horses until they broke him, as he used to always say. And when I first met him, he said, well, what you see is what you get. I'm just a cowboy. And I said, well, that's my downfall. I'm in trouble. And so I just told him, don't ride away. And so when he passed, Buck was 92. And we had 30 years of RVing together, dancing. I miss my dance partner. But when he passed away, I sang that we had George Strait's Cowboy Rides Away. And I know he's in a much better place now and not in pain. So I'm very thankful for this group that's helped me ease the pain.
Because it's important to celebrate, right, the memory of someone,
Right.
but not to get too lost.
Right. Well, I used to kind of look at an RV when it went by, because we RV'd for 20 years and think, oh God, I miss it. But now I look at it and think, oh, those were the good times. Those are the good times. So I can look at that in a different aspect.
Yeah, and you traveled a lot together.
20 years, we went all over the United States, to Nova Scotia, to Canada, to Alaska.
Wow.
It was the Alaska trip, was the trip of a lifetime.
I've heard those trips are amazing.
Oh, lots of wildlife, and my bear count on that trip was 36 in the wild.
Wow, that's amazing.
And you know that picture you see of that big moose coming at you down the highway? We experienced it. And I got so excited, all I got a picture of was my knee. I guess I didn't turn the camera at the right angle. Oh.
But you love to remember a spouse, you know, during those trips as well, and, you know, who makes the coffee in the morning, who helps, you know, remind the other to pack the suitcase, bags out in time for the tour bus, and yeah, it's important to savor those memories.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I do treasure all those memories and the years we had together, so I'm blessed, and I know he's in a much better place, and I can relate to that.
Well, hopefully he's having a good time lassoing the herd up in heaven.
No, 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 no. I told Jesus, I told God he's retired cowboy.
Oh, retired cowboy. All right.
Very good.
Maybe we'll just find them working the stove then.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your story, Rose.
Thank you for having us. It's a wonderful group.
It seems like it. Y'all are having a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed meeting each of you. And we still have another person to meet. So we'll take a quick break. Thank you so much, Rose.
You're welcome.
All right, don't go anywhere. We're continuing the Good Grief Group interviews. We'll be right back. We're continuing the conversation on grief with the Good Grief Group from Hospice of South Texas. And we're joined by Miss Peggy Howard. Welcome, Peggy.
Thank you.
And talk to us about your experience in the group. How long have you been a part of it? And what do you enjoy most?
I've been a part of it basically since it got started, probably a month or so after it got started. I initially came because my sister had passed away, and my husband had passed away just a few years ago, so I relate to all of those folks that come in who have currently lost a spouse. But the experience has been, I mean, this almost sounds like an oxymoron because it's a grief group, but it brings me great joy.
Yeah.
And we have people come in who really in front of their family, a lot of times they can't let it all out. They have to hold it in for kids or family or whatever. And they can come to our group and just spill their tears and their anger and get that all out. And they're with people who know, understand, because we've all been there. And after a little while, the joy is in seeing folks learn to deal with it. And thanks to our good leader here, you know, learn to carry on and move past some of that grief, and that's joyful.
You feel stronger in your day-to-day by taking part in this group.
Oh yes, yes, and it's such a wonderful group. They're so supportive and loving, and you know, it's just wonderful. And Pastor's done a great job. I'm sure he's got lots to say. So
no, I just want that everybody that has come up has started this group almost from the beginning, and from when we started up in May till the end of last year, we had over 314 visits within that short period of time. You know, that's just, no whether if you repeat it or not, it's just that over 314 times in that short time. And we have built a bond that's almost like a family. They actually go out to eat together. They play what's that card game y'all play? Feet and hand or foot? Hand and foot. So, you know, and it's almost like we get together, we talk about grief, and some days we don't talk about any grief. We just sit down like a family, have a supper, a meal, everybody's laughing. And our whole goal is to help people move forward. And our favorite saying is, take care of your grief before your grief takes care of you.
Yes.
And she has been a major support, her, Julie, and other people that are still in the group. They have been major support with Hospice in South Texas. It's because of these people that you have interviewed that we're able to give to the community, because we're good to have a grief group if nobody shows up.
All right, so let's take the opportunity. I don't think we've mentioned it this whole episode. Let's take the opportunity to let people know what time and where do you meet?
This is at Tuesdays at 10 o'clock at 1005 Millette, the Dornberg Center. We meet every Tuesday. I don't think we close down unless it's a holiday. We might take a holiday off or something like that. But what we average about maybe 10 people in the group coming consistently.
And it's free of charge?
Free of charge.
Wow.
It gives a place for people to express. And the great thing about our grief group, we don't have a set topic. It's not, you know, it's not like an 8-week course on this or that. We talk about what's going on, how they feel when they come in. We have thrown dice to make them answer 7 questions, or throw dice to come up with all these things we have done. We had a game where you had to find out, what was that game we had on the board?
Oh, Jeopardy?
Jeopardy. We did Jeopardy. And you would not know people was in grief the way they were yelling. Oh, y'all stole my question. I gave that answer. And so it gave us, it's something great that we have started. And because of our great leadership at Hospice of South Texas, Lori Etter, she's our CEO, that she has given all her support to make sure that we are here for the community. You see, Hospice of South Texas is different from profit groups because we spend more time with the people. You know, it's not always about money. It has sometimes just to be about the mission.
Well, we really appreciate y'all coming on the show, sharing your experiences, your stories, and I'm inspired. I know I'm going through some grief myself, and it needs a stage. You need to exercise it, work it out. Don't let it fester, or it'll get the better of you.
Yes, it will.
Absolutely. And our group is not just limited to people who have been on hospice either. So anyone in the community is welcome who's going through grief.
Well, I appreciate that so much, y'all. So much, Miss Peggy and Pastor Green. Thank you so much.
We thank you for the opportunity. We just want to remember, we reiterate, it's Tuesdays at 10 o'clock at 1005 Millette. And if you need to call us, 361-572-4300.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So remember, you're not alone out there. Be sure to reach out if you need help, and have a safe rest of your weekend. We'll see y'all next week.